Good, happy Thursday morning. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, damage from weekend floods could reach up to $12 million. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Mike Cronin.
Level of capability, competence. Then the next question is, well, do you like that person?
If you're going to have an interaction.
Roadwork in Grafton and Coas counties could linger for weeks as crews make repairs. They continue to discover even more damage.
Fixing the destruction left behind by Saturday's storms will take time and money.
We're looking at $10 to $12 million worth of damage in such a short time and such a small area.
Steady progress has been made along Route 112 in Woodstock, which should reopen within a few days. But Route 116 could take 2 or 3 weeks.
We have under drain that's everywhere. We have some ditches up there that are 10 to 12 feet deep.
State roads in parts of Orford, Warren, and Easton could be passable by the end of the week. Saturday's raging water was a shock, even for those who have seen floods before.
A wooden picnic table floated by, numerous chairs and tables floated by, my propane tank floated by.
About 45 properties were also damaged, but those people are not eligible for federal assistance.
So we're working with towns, DOT, and then looking for other resources to try to help those people.
Starting tomorrow, FEMA will visit communities impacted by storms. While the rain was devastating for some of New Hampshire's roads, state leaders are grateful it wasn't worse.
We're just so lucky that we didn't have any deaths or any serious injuries.
Well, federal money could be a possibility to help pay for fixing the state roads. Governor Chris Sununu might be able to apply for a presidential declaration as early as next week. Live in the studio, Mike Cronin, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that report. United Airlines forces child to sit on mother's lap during flight. Let's take a listen to this video from WCVB Boston.
Bite into Magnum Double Cookies and Cream and unleash your wild side. Made with cookies and cream, ice cream, and rich Belgian chocolate. Discover
This is how Shirley Yamauchi arrived in Boston. Her 2-year-old son sprawled on her lap, at times standing between her legs, even though she paid nearly $1,000 for his seat.
So I just had to move him like this, and then so I had to do all these sleeping positions for the 3.5-hour flight.
Yamauchi says the trouble started when the airline let a standby passenger on the plane.
A gentleman comes to my row and shows me his ticket and says to me, "You're sitting in my seat." I told him, "This is my seat. I bought this seat. This is my seat, and this is my son's seat."
But the flight continued, her second leg on a long trip from Hawaii to Boston for a teachers' conference.
Not a single flight attendant said, "Why is that young boy sitting on your lap the whole flight?" Nobody said anything, and he was standing up at one point. He was slumped over.
The middle school teacher says she got no help from the airline when she landed here last Thursday. For her, it was reminiscent of United's slow response to this spectacle when officers dragged a man off a plane earlier this year. But just yesterday, she says she got an apology. The airline says her son mistakenly was not checked in and that his seat was given to another customer. In their hotel room tonight, preparing for the trip back on United, they are hoping the airline follows through with a promise to prevent future mix-ups.
I don't want to see this happen to anybody else. I want everyone to have a safe flight.
So one final night for this mother and son here in Boston. They get on another flight to Hawaii in the morning. The airline is refunding their tickets and giving them travel vouchers.
Okay, sorry about that, everyone. And there you go on that report. Madison shootings, extreme cause of domestic violence, police say. Let's take a listen to this video from WMTW News 8 in Maine.
Just say a word and I want you to tell me the first thing that comes to mind. Identity. Home. Commitment. Lying. Secrets. Identity. Secrets. Loyalty. Desire. Identity. Secrets. Lying. Home. Secrets. I'm afraid our time's up.
Russell Road, a narrow and quiet stretch right on the line of Madison and Skowhegan.
Oh, very, yeah. I mean, you don't hear speeding or anything. I mean, nothing.
Quickly turned into a tragic scene this morning.
Very shocking, yeah. Something like that. You just don't know today.
State police investigating why Carroll Tuttle Jr. shot and killed his wife, Lori Hayden, and his son, Dustin Tuttle, inside their home. They say he then went down the street and shot and killed his neighbor, Michael Spaulding. Investigators still trying to connect him to the family.
When I heard this morning, I heard the police guys going by, I didn't know what was going on, but then they kept coming.
They're still piecing together the timeline of these horrible events and how they played out. After he killed Spaulding, they say Tuttle went back to his home, and sometime later, Harvey Austin of Skowhegan showed up to the home. Tuttle shot him. State police say Austin is married to a woman related to Hayden. They're not sure how yet. Austin is expected to survive. Tonight he's at East Maine Medical Center with multiple gunshot wounds. When Somerset County Sheriff's deputies arrived, there was a confrontation with Tuttle. He was shot and killed by deputies.
This is an extreme case of domestic violence that has taken place here in Madison, and our role now is to investigate exactly what happened and what set this gunman off. We don't have that answer. We hope to get it, though.
The Somerset County Sheriff says 3 of his deputies were involved, 2 of which father and son. None of them were hurt. The Attorney General's office is investigating the shots fired by deputies as the community tries to move on from the tragedy.
It's scary. It keeps your eyes open. I mean, you do your precautions. You do everything that you can to be on the safe side.
Reporting in Madison, Kathleen Jordan, WMTW News 8.
Okay, and there you go on that report. North Korea's ICBM test raises stakes on U.S. homeland defense aimed gap in capabilities. North Korea's test firing of an international ballistic missile this week came as the U.S. still had reliability issues with its homeland missile defense system, and no guaranteed it could destroy any incoming nuclear warhead from the rogue regime. Trump set to give major speech at historic Warsham Square. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
The roles you play in life are part of what make you, you. And you're not going to let anything keep you sidelined. That's why you drink Ensure with nutritious calories, 9 grams of protein, and 26 vitamins and minerals. Giving you the strength and energy to get back to doing what you love. From the #1 doctor-recommended brand, Ensure, always be you.
The showdown happening at the same time President Trump prepares for that high-stakes meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The president's one-on-one with Putin for the first time since taking office Russia saying Putin will bring a full agenda to the table. What is not
Sorry about that, everyone. We are having a little technical difficulty, it looks like, with the video. Give me 1 minute. Hopefully we can get your video up and running. We're very sorry about what happened here. President Donald Trump will deliver what the White We're having a little technical difficulty. Sorry about that, everyone. Okay, let's try everything again. Sorry about that. President Donald Trump will deliver what the White House has touted as a major speech in historic Konski Square in Warsaw, Poland on Thursday, aimed a series of meetings. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Thursday, and sorry about that technical difficulties. Goodbye, everyone.